Now, if you just come down to the aquarium shop and buy a fish to go into your tank, particularly if you've got a saltwater aquarium, I just want you to consider that it's probably a really bad idea. Because in my experience, the people that plan their fish, that make wish lists, that look at what are the best fish to put in and when are the best fish, when's the best time to put those fish in, particularly people at pre-quarantine, and sort of structure their purchases, are the people that usually end up buying the best fish. The other thing you can do too is you can give your wish list to a few different people that you respect their opinion, and that way you can make sure that before you're mixing the fish that you've at least sussed out a few opinions, because there's a whole bunch of rules around fish keeping, and it's a really good idea to understand what those rules are. For example, any clowns you want, you put them in at the same time. Any angels you want, you put them in at the same time. Any tangs you want, you put them in at the same time. Preferably even any wrasses you want, you put them in at the same time. There's a whole bunch of just things to consider. So in a perfect world, the way that you structure your tank is you make a wish list, show it to a bunch of people, cut off all the fish that you decide are not appropriate. Then you structure the list into groups of additions. You put one lot in first, then you wait a month, then all going well, maybe put the next lot in, then you wait a month, and it's all very planned, it's all very structured, it's all very well thought out. Just popping down to the shop and picking up a fish because it looks good and throwing it into the tank without any cohesive, comprehensive plan is very often a bad idea. So if I can encourage anyone to pre-plan their purchases, make sure that they're putting the fish in more often. So basically you want to allow at least a month between putting the fish in. Don't add the fish more regularly than once a month. Make sure the fish are going into lower salinity, because I find that fish don't do as well when going into higher salinity. Putting groups of fish together and understanding when you're putting high risk fish in. So for example, putting angels with corals are going to be a risk. Putting lionfish with any small fish would be a risk. Putting any triggers in with anything they might nip, even like sharks, would be a risk. So pre-planning your purchase and not coming down and doing spontaneous purchases is a very good idea. And getting opinions first on which fish are hardy. Because at the end of the day, some fish are very easy to keep and some fish are very hard to keep and can be very disappointing. If you do have any experience with this particular subject, then make sure you put a little note on the bottom of this video. What lessons learnt have you made? What's worked and what hasn't?